Hello everyone, my name's Hunter. Welcome back to Chasing Gold. In today's episode, we will be covering the middleweight division. The middleweight division has one of the richest histories in the UFC. It has had dominant champions, shocking upsets, and there has been a constant title shakeup as it has changed hands a bunch of times in the past couple of years. So, in today's episode, I'll be breaking down the current landscape. I'll cover some recent fights. I'll talk about some rising contenders in the middleweight division, and I'll talk about what the future of the division might look like with the new champion. So the landscape right now with big win Cosmat beat DDP in August this year. Big fight. Cosmat, he has his wrestling is insane, as we saw in that fight. I mean, it was crazy. It was just total domination. I thought he was gonna win. He did win. I'm very surprised how dominant the win was. I mean, it was kind of concerning for the rest of the division for the next contender. I mean, I think it was like the most controlled time in UFC history. I don't that may not be true, but it's definitely up there. I know he landed the most strikes in a fight in UFC history, but I mean, if you seen the fight, you talk about it's just like little punches. When he just controlled DDP on the ground. Um, yeah, Cosmat, big, scary fighter. Who knows what's in store for him? I'm not sure if he has a fight lined up. He's currently undefeated. Right now, he doesn't currently have a fight lined up. If we look back at his recent fights, he's had some. I mean, yeah. I mean, he hasn't. We saw him go the distance against DDP. I mean, people were skeptical about his pace and his stamina. People didn't know if he could last all the way because his fights. Yeah, obviously it was his first championship fight, so he never fought those championship rounds. But most of his fights, like Kevin Holland, and Whittaker, all first round. Those were first round submissions, and then and then he talks about he beat some good fighters. He beat Kamaru Usman, Gilbert Burns. I mean, these are respected fighters. So he's now 15-0. He has the belt. I know he says he's not like scared to fight anyone. He'll fight anyone. Yeah, he's just got that like killer mindset, and he's a scary fighter who can just suffocate his opponents. Yeah, so it'll be interesting to see who he fights next. I know there's this break after 323. There's a break until next year, and then that where the UFC jumps to the Paramount, and they're not with ESPN, and they don't have the pay-per-view anymore, which I'm very excited. No more pay-per-views. No more pay-per-views. So yeah, it'll be fun. Um, Moving on, talk about some of the contenders. Obviously, DDP is he's the one. He just lost the belt. Some other notable names: Sean Strickland, Brendan Allen, Anthony Hernandez. um, Robert Whitaker, Israel Adesanya, obviously. Yeah, so they're all top 10. Talking about DDP, he's definitely not gonna get a rematch right away. Uh, we'll see. Who knows what his who he's gonna fight next? Um, maybe fight Strickland, Izzy. It'd be fun to see him fight again. There's no need for him to fight Strickland. He beat him twice for the belt. Um, yeah. So there's So yeah, so for these contenders, Sean Strickland, I don't know what the future holds for him. Izzy, same with Izzy. I mean, he's kind of up there in age. I remember that the Izzy Sean Strickland fight was surprised everyone. Sean Strickland won the belt. It's kind of crazy to think that he was a champion at one point. You saw where he kind of cracked Izzy first round, and then Izzy wasn't the same since, and Izzy hasn't been the same since. I think people think that's due to his chin is declined, his chin strength has declined. As people think that's because of him fighting so much when he was young. Just now he's kind of burnt out. He's fatigued. Trying to agree. I still think he's a great fighter. He was definitely an electric fighter back in the day. So it'll be interesting to see who Kazma fights next. Maybe it's probably gonna be Imoyev. He's his last fight was Bohoro. That was a fight night. That was September. That was in September. Yeah, he's definitely earned. I think he's earned up. I think he's probably next up. Because not DDP, probably not John Strickland, maybe Anthony Holloway, Brendan Allen, obviously. So yeah, I'm not sure who he's gonna fight next. Cosmat's gonna fight next. Like to see him fight somebody or some of these guys other than recent champions like DDP, Sean Strickland, Izzy. Give other guys a shot, which I don't think they'll stand a chance. Maybe they'll avoid him. I don't know. Who knows? So some recent fights. There really hasn't been a whole lot fights in the middleweight division. The last fight night, they had some prospects coming up. There's the middleweight fight. There was the Cesare in the Caesar fight. Cesare won. Took him to decision round 3. He moves up to 17-3. Caesar now 7-2, beats that young prospect. Definitely a big learning moment for him. So he'll have to earn his way back up, fight some other prospects or maybe some vets, get some wins up, and maybe he can come back, work his way up, and get a ranked fight. Just like how we saw with Peyton Talbot, how he did that. Yeah, so the middleweight division is in a interesting place, especially with Kazmat Chimaev. If I were to guess, I think it's a fair, safe assumption he will retain the belt for a while. I know we've seen a bunch of shakeups in the division with DDP Sean Strickland had it for a moment. Izzy, um, yeah, those three very all respectively their own interesting characters. DDP, right? He he just fights so awkward. It's interesting. It looks like he just goes in there, doesn't really have a plan. I know when he was fighting Cosmot, they were saying he's gonna win by a comically large hammer, like a cartoon or falling piano on him or something. And then Sean Strickland, obviously his own character, um, off or out of the ring, out of the cage, out of the octagon. Has definitely had his. He's definitely a character, kind of like Conor McGregor. He's definitely by no means a Conor McGregor, but says very controversial things and it gets clicks. He's like the American Conor McGregor of our time, I guess. And then Izzy, very fun fighter to watch. I mean, very entertaining. And when Alex Pereira was down, I mean Alex Pereira, middleweight legend too. I don't know how he made the weight. Him and Izzy had that rivalry for a long time. That dates back to when they were kickboxers before either of them were in the UFC. So yeah, is a very interesting and fun division. Um, I think Cosmets is gonna have a reign over it for the next 10 years. I think he's gonna dominate it. I think not quite 10 years, in between 5 to 10 years. He's gonna control the division. So that is the welterweight division, and you can see, or not the welterweight, the middleweight division. And next episode, I'll be talking about the light heavyweight division. So tune in for that.